Hey guys, my name is Diana, and today's topic we're going to get into the main reasons why you should switch to tech sales. I was able to change my career, almost double my income in a few short months with no college degree and limited experience. I wanted to share the wealth, and that's why I created this channel to document my journey from the mental health field into tech sales. If that's something that interests you, please stay tuned and let's get into the main reasons why you should switch to tech sales. Okay, so what is the main reason why we all go to work? Money. So that's my first reason, simply the money. I would say money is a great reason to switch careers because if you're gonna spend most of your life going to work, you should get paid to do so, and paid pretty well. I mean, well enough to pay your bills without having to do doubles and triples and whatever people do to get by these days. Tech in general seems to be more of a lucrative industry than other industries right now. I believe that it's because it's growing, so yeah, the money is there, like it's there. So just to give you a few statistics, Black Americans have the lowest median income of $41,511 according to Zippa.com or Zippia. I think it's Zippia. 25 to 34-year-olds make about 65.8K a year, but this is much lower for those with no college degree or career path. Employees that graduated high school but did not attend any form of higher education can expect to earn $712 per week. So about $37,000 a year. Now, I don't know about you, but with increased living, I don't think that can pay for pretty much anything. One of the entry-level tech positions is called an SDR or BDR. So that stands for Sales Development Rep or Business Development Rep. SDRs and BDRs on average make in between 45 to 65K at base, and 15 to 20 and even higher in additional income from commissions. And like I said before, SDR position is entry level. You can literally break into this industry without having a fancy degree or a degree at all. And also because it's entry level, this is the lowest that you would be able to make in this industry. It only goes up from here. The majority of SaaS SDR salaries currently range between $45,500 a year to $110,000 a year, and with the top earners earning as much as $149,000 a year. So I don't know about you, but when it comes to money, this sounds like a very promising career path, and that's one of the reasons why I chose to change from my previous career into tech sales as an SDR. So another reason why you should consider switching to tech sales is a lot of people's current careers, they just feel very unfulfilled or underappreciated. There's a lot of work that's happening, but there's not a lot of pay or even just appreciation from a lot of these industries. From what I've heard and seen, tech companies tend to treat their employees a lot better and more like humans. They cannot understand the things that we need, like time off and mental health days. Another reason is, in order for me to go to a higher level, or in order for me to advance to a higher level, I had to obtain a college degree, and not just any old college degree. I needed a master's level. And when I looked at the time, the money, and all the effort that would have to be put in for me to make literally what I'm making right now as an SDR without any of that, it just didn't make financial sense to me. I would say look into the field of tech sales because you don't have to go through all the fancy education just to get a decent wage to live. And another reason is the flexibility. Because of the pandemic, it was a lot easier to work from home because most jobs kind of switch gears to accommodate for the situation. Well, a lot of tech companies are still holding on to that because they see an uptick in positivity, productivity, and also people just like it better. So flexibility in the sense of workplace. Right now, my company is stationed or headquartered in Texas, and I'm in Georgia. So it works perfectly. I was able to still get a job, and I don't have to go back and forth to work every day. However, we do see a change in this, not industry-wide, but there are some companies that are taking the remote positions off the table. So I would say, you know, let that not be a main reason, but right now, because it's still available, it's a good reason. But let's say they don't have remote positions. One of the greatest things about working in the tech industry is that most people say they love working for their tech companies because the environment is way better than any other environment they've ever worked for. Sometimes there's free food on certain days. There's a lot of coziness in these tech companies. And it's not like you're just working in like this weird little cubicle and, you know, you have all this work and you don't really get to see sunshine. So if you're wondering how did I personally do it, I have a few tips for you. The first step that I took was research. I researched this field. I researched SDR, BDR positions in AE. I looked at the career path. I really studied to make sure that this was something that I felt like I can, one, do, and two, that I would actually enjoy. And a lot of times people do come for the money, and that's 100% understandable because, like I said, that's why we all work in the first place. But I wanted to make sure that a certain quality of life and quality of work was a factor. So one of the things that I did was study, and research. I researched companies, I researched people who worked in the field. I wanted to get the low down, okay, on what was going on. So that was one of the first things that I did. I watched out for scams. We all know the buy my program, get rich, okay? Because if you're on YouTube like you are now, you understand that that is very prevalent. And I didn't want to get got. I knew I was going to need some form of education, maybe not the traditional 4-year, but I knew I was going to need some help understanding what I was getting into. So I did my research and I made sure that the program or the course that I attended was not a scam. I looked at people's reviews. Like I said, I like to research. I like to know things. So for me, it was very easy to do the work that was needed. So yeah, do your research. Make sure that the course or bootcamp that you sign up for is not a scam. Please make sure, okay? Do it for me. Understand what facet do you want to get into in the tech arena. You know, you hear a lot about engineering. Most of the positions, especially in the past like few years, have been about engineering. And so I'm like, hey, I want to hop into tech. I heard these engineers are making 100K. I want to do that. Not really understanding that I'm not technical. I'm not. What I do best is what I'm doing right now. Talk. So for me, when I really got into it, I started to say, hey, do I want to become, you know, an engineer? And the answer was no, I don't. It's just not for me. I'm somebody who's very social. I love to talk. I love to converse. Basically, there's many positions. Help desk is another entry level. Now granted, help desk does not pay as well as say an SDR starting out, but it's in tech. It's entry level into tech. And you know, we're looking at stuff that we're gonna have longevity in. We're looking for things that are gonna increase the income of our household so we can actually have a household and not be homeless on the streets. So yeah, so overall, I understood exactly what my personality was and what job would fit that personality. And that's how I narrowed in and I decided on being an SDR. And then lastly, when I did my research, I found a course that was not a scam. And I was able to really develop and learn. Hold up. I totally forgot to mention the name of the course. The name of the course is Course Careers. Just to be clear, Course Careers. Okay, continue. Learned all that I needed to know about being an SDR. The course I took was extremely comprehensive. It was simplistic, but it was straight to the point. And I was able to do it on my own time. So at the time I was moving to Georgia, a lot of stuff was going around in my life, and I was able to finish this on my own time and really absorb all the information. So I'm actually going to leave a link below for that exact program that I took. Granted, no pressure, but just, you know, once again, do your research. Make sure that you do what it takes to understand if this is right for you. But it was right for me, and I saw that it was right for a lot of other people. I've seen people go on to, you know, make money and, you know, make a living off of this, and their background wasn't sales necessarily, or it was a little bit of sales, but now it was tech sales. They had that education in tech sales. So without blabbering anymore, I just say find a course that works for you. If you're interested in the course that I did, like I said, I'll put a link below. And actually, I'll just make another video going into detail about my course. I think that my course was actually very helpful. It was only $500 because I didn't do the $50 off coupon code. Yeah, I missed out on saving 50 bucks, but you don't have to. So I'm gonna link that below. Hopefully, you know, you check it out. If it's for you, great. If it's not, great. We're gonna keep this thing moving, and yeah. So guys, that's all I have for today. I'm so glad that you were here to sit through all this rambling. If this was helpful, please let me know in the comments. If you have questions, please let me know in the comments. I had a great time explaining this to you. Please follow this channel to follow me on this journey. I think it's exciting. My goal is to make, is to crack 100K in 12 months. I just recently became an SDR, and life is good so far. And yeah, like I said, I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good one.